can watching professionals help us to become better eventers? How about if you fall apart in the show jumping warm-up like me? You see, if you're new here, that's not me. That's my trainer Claire, a professional show jumper, and she's letting us join her at a competition today. Who am I? Well,
24 days, 23, 22, 10 days, 5 days, 3 days, 2 days till I event early.
it's just one day until I'm eventing early. Just want to see if it's possible. Sam from Salmonella TikTok. Il is the grubbiest grey you've ever met. If you're new here, I'm Sam from Salmonella TikTok, and I've been showing my journey to eventing for the past 3.5 years on this app. This bag, it's called the Panga, and it's so good. So I can fit my laptop in the back there. Then I've got my Yeti Sidekick here, and that's actually what I store loads of gear in because it's completely waterproof. But this bag is also waterproof. But the best thing about this, right, is that it can also fit my hat in it. It's a bit marked and stuff, but it's just because I use it so much, so yeah. Got some tack, hay nets, my stuff, lorry. Now to get some horses. Although Claire is primarily a show jumper now, she has actually evented, I think, up to intermediate previously. She's shown at Hoys. She's lived and breathed horses all her life, and it shows. She's so calm and chill when she's going to a competition, and I need to channel that energy because honestly, me and show jumping warm-ups are just not friends, and I need to get over it. And I've been working on this for over a year and I'm still not over it. So can shadowing a professional help me? Hopefully. So Claire usually competes 4 horses at a time, but at the moment she's just got 2 that she wants to take out, and I'll introduce you to them in a moment. But first, this is Sykehouse Arena. The parking is on hard standing and it's ample, which is great. Then you've got a really large outdoor arena, and it was brilliant. I was so impressed. The facilities are great and the staff was so friendly, and I was eyeing up this clear round thinking I could actually do this, and I think I'm gonna bring Earl here. I had a quick pop back to the horses just to see what was going on, and just so that I knew that I wasn't missing anything, because clearly I have FOMO. And then I had a mooch around. So they've got a brilliant cafe, and then they've got loads of space for you to sit and watch, especially when the weather's good. But then it was Tiana's turn to, well, teach us something really. Oh yeah, I need to introduce you. So this is Tiana. She's 6 years old and she is a homebred by Claire. Her competition name is Cicero Storm, but her friends call her Tiana. And isn't she a princess? She looks so cute, and she's fashionable, let me tell you. So on her socks actually have something called ermine spots, which are like leopard print, and it's so cool. But more cool about her is her personality. She's really friendly, she's so sweet, but she also has loads of scope. Now, obviously the warm-up is my biggest fear, and here we are in the warm-up, so let's get learning. Bit of housekeeping and a few rules for the warm-up. When you're approaching the jumps, you should have the red flag on your right, and when you pass people, you should have your left side to their left side. I will talk more about what I've learned about being in the warm-up and my nerves in the next round, because it was already Tiana's turn. Look how shiny she is, she's so cute. Okay, so they were in here, and you'll notice when Claire's riding, she is not riding to win here, she's riding to educate. And even with the first fence you see there, Tiana backed off a little because she was like, oh my god, and that's because they're jumping into the shadows and there were lots of banners there. Claire spoke to me about it afterwards. But as you can see, Claire filled Tiana with that confidence. She knew what tool to employ at that correct time to help Tiana through it. And then look at Tiana fly. Her jump is insane, and you can just tell that she's going to do amazing things. This is not the height of her career, you know, she's just getting started. And it's so nice to see a professional showing a horse the ropes whilst filling them with that confidence and calmness so that she knows what to do. So when she eventually does get sold to someone, because this horse is for sale, but when she does go to that person, to have that forever home and to go up those ranks with them, or for whatever reason that they do buy their horse, she is going to have had this foundation laid with Claire that she's going to be able to then show someone else. So for me, with Earl, he has had to teach me a lot because I don't really know what I'm doing. A lot of the time I'm just sitting there thinking, oh my god, what am I doing here? But obviously I am trying to learn, which is mainly the whole reason for this series. But coming to this show and seeing Tiana in this first round, it really showed me and highlighted the whole like built not bought trend and how it's so stupid in my opinion. But if you see here, they knock a pole. And why is that? Well, Claire knew that they were jumping into the shadows again and she had to make a decision. Unfortunately, at that moment in time, she made the wrong one, so they ended up knocking the pole. But you can see here, it does not affect their round afterwards. They continue to ride confidently and Tiana loses no confidence, and that's something that I really took away. Especially from my own experiences, where if something does go wrong in the warm-up, I let it get in my head, and that is what I need to stop doing. Claire called Tiana off and popped her back on the lorry because there was another class that they weren't jumping, and then they were jumping the class after, which is this being built now. This is now the newcomers, which starts at 110. The rules say up to 125, but people on TikTok told me that they're rarely built up to 125 in normal everyday competitions in newcomers. That's normally for like a big competition. So in normal everyday classes like this, that it would actually usually only be up to 1.20 m, which I think is really important if anyone's considering going and trying the newcomers. FYI, that's not me, okay? I don't jump these heights. However, I do find it invaluable to be able to walk these types of courses and talk about it. And over on TikTok, I walked this course and talked about it in something that I love to call Walk the Course and Talk. And we talked about the different types of fences, the lines, the external factors and conditions that you consider when you are going to be jumping a course like this, because Claire talked me through it as she was walking the course. And of course, I also try to apply the knowledge that I'm learning and implement that along the way. And I try to apply it even when I'm just simply walking a course like this to try and get my understanding down. And then on TikTok, when we do the Walk the Course and Talk, we have some really great conversations. So if you're interested, go and check it out. Just search Sam and Earl, or search Earl of TikTok, because then you will definitely find us. Now I feel like I'm already answering the question that even walking a course with a professional teaches us something, and this is not the first time I've done this with Claire, so I can tell you that already, that it 100% does teach us things, because the way they're thinking as they walk these courses is not the way an amateur thinks. Okay, enough of talking about this course, let's see how it rides. By the way, this is Spike. He is Claire's pony. He came along for the ride just to hang out with the guys when one of them's off the lorry. He's not needed, like, critically or anything. It's just that, you know, the horses haven't been out for a while, and it's just nice for them to have someone with them and make it more chill. Round 2. If you're not sure what that is, that's a harrow, and basically what it does is it levels out the ground again. So they'll typically harrow the arena surface as well as the warm-up surface after every class or after every few classes. And as you can see, the horses are unfazed by this, but some horses may spook. It was invaluable for me to see this actually, because I just saw that it's completely normal. Oh, she go double clear. Can she do it? And look at her go, she's about to go double clear, woohoo! And yeah, everybody left the warm-up to then come back into it, nice and freshly harrowed, and now they're starting to jump. One of the main things that I took from watching Claire in the warm-up is just how calm, cool and collected she stays. She makes sure that she only jumps Tiana enough to ensure that she's warmed up and using herself correctly over the fences, and then she leaves it there. She doesn't overjump her. In the last class that Tiana and Claire competed in, as you guys just saw, they did get a fence down. So how did they do this time? Says, double clear, my dear. That's right, she went double clear, and you would never have even known that she was being a little bit standoffish to those shadows and banners in that first round, because there she was jumping 2 classes above, and with a water tray included, much more technical lines in there as well, and she smashed all of it. So proud of her. And that just goes to show us as well that just because you make one mistake doesn't mean that you can never go and ride ever again. Auntie Dean is putting on the boots because Sam is incapable of any type of boot.
fitting.
All of Claire's horses go back on the lorry in between the classes so that she doesn't have to worry about them, they're cooled down and they've got access to their hay, etc. But now it's time to meet Elsie. This absolute weapon. She is 12 years old and she's an absolute superstar. Another homebred by Claire, and look at her fly. In this warm-up, it showed me that when they know the job, you just need to let them get on with it because they know the job and they're excited to be here. And that's what I have to tell myself with Earl. Just let him do the job and get out of his way. Now, you'll notice when Claire's riding Elsie, she is riding to win because she knows this mare like the back of her hand. She's 12 years old, a homebred by Claire, and they know each other so well. So the first 6 fences, they just have to keep them up. And from 7 onwards in this class, that's the jump off, which means they have to go as fast as they can. And that just happens to be their speciality. And well, yep, they took the win. And if there's anything that I learned from Elsie is that actually I need to stop riding with my handbrake on. If you see me at my arena hire recently on TikTok, you'll see that we had a lot of sticky fences because I was just riding with the handbrake on, and so I need to let it off. But oh my god, you guys need to see this. On the box, Queen. I'm sorry, but if that's not inspo, I don't know what is, because this horse just gets better and better. I love her so much.
Goodbye. See you later.
So to answer my original question, I don't know about you guys, but categorically, shadowing professionals will definitely help us to become better riders. I'm adamant about that, and I'm going to apply all my learning on Tuesday, so we'll see how that goes. But later that day, I did decide to practice the dressage test that we've got coming up on the 5th of April. This is for the BE80. If you fancy having a go at it, just screenshot it. Full transparency, coming into spring, I've got a spring Earl on my hands, loads of energy, very exuberant, wasn't focused on anything I had to say. Practicing the dressage test did not go that well. He did, however, learn the dressage test after doing it once, which is very Earl of him. I love the enthusiasm Earl, but it does make him anticipate a bit, which obviously is not great for the marks. You'll see as I come up the centre line in a minute, I just look so annoyed. I'm not annoyed with Earl, I'm just horrified that I've entered a BE and our dressage looks so bad. But it's okay, it's all about the journey, right?